Let's begin at Lexington, where the Minutemen were seeking their 5th straight win to clinch a spot in Week 11, taking on Canton South at home. And when you've got a human diesel truck in your backfield, chances are you can't be stopped. That's Cade Stover from 11 yards out. I hope Lex fans know that they have been witnessing greatness the second half of the season.
Absolutely. Stover has been a model of consistency on offense and defense, and he's a star. And like we talked about before, stars make great season, but they also make the playoffs like Lexington just did.
The Minutemen defense was swarming to the ball all night long. That was a strip sack there by Michael Dwyer. Lex would recover, and then later on, it's the senior signal caller, Jacob Depperschmidt, fakes it to Stover. It's wide open down the sideline. 24 yards later, it's a 6th spot for Lex. And then once again, that's Cade Stover with the bag. You go, you go, you go. Number 8 was great again. 25 carries, 239 yards, and 3 touchdowns. This dude is absolutely ridiculous. The Minutemen are postseason bound. They rolled 35-6. What a finish for Lex. 5 straight victories. F, how do you explain it?
Impressive, in a word. Just impressive. They have really turned things around, and they finished the season with an exclamation point and playing their best football by far this season right now, headed into the playoffs.
It's been a bit of a different story for Shelby, looking to avoid a 1-6 finish last night after they started 3-0 up on the road at Vermilion, where the Sailors would sink the Whippets into an early deep hole. Here's Addison Painter hitting Luke Pena for the first points of the night. Nice throw there. And then look at this dude right here. I know as a former quarterback, you're going to like this. How does he avoid the pressure? I don't really understand. It defies physics. He goes to the end zone again, and the purple is on top. 24-zip at the break. Then all of a sudden, the Hounds got hungry for the Pater. Tyshandre Hall rips off a 19-yarder into the zone. Shelby would get within 10 there. And I know this guy, Owen Fisher, is just a sophomore in high school, F. But number 24 right here was ballin' like a pro. Look at him go.
Fisher has done it. He's done a great job this season, and I think the Shelby Whippets really played with pride, like we talked about last week, and they just weren't going to go down in the regular season with a loss, and they really stepped up and played well, especially in the second half.
3 touchdowns for the Big O, all in the fourth quarter. And I thought that we would see a lot more of this from him, but injury slowed his role during the regular season. Not on this night, though. Shelby hadn't dropped 40 on a team since week 1 against Madison. They explode for that many in like a 12-minute span in this game. Somehow, some way, the Whippets find a way to get the W. They finish up their regular season at 5-5. Clear Fork, we already talked about them. They had a chance to make history at Marion Harding, seeking a 2nd straight 10-0 season. And everybody in those crispy whites was getting their roll on. Trayvon Trammell tasting 6. His guy, Caden Flynn, wasn't too far behind him. More Pater here for the Colts. Number 2, far from done. The vision, the speed. He would hit a milestone later on in this contest. The Colts led 28-0 over the Prezzies after just 1 quarter of action. Flynn had 3 catches for scores, 137 in yardage. And Harding they couldn't compete, F. But we do have one highlight for them coming up, because when you jump all the way over a human being like this running back's about to do, you should make the highlight right.
Absolutely. This tremendously athletic move. Wow.
Actually, I think he got a penalty flag thrown on me. You can't really do that in high school, I guess. But the real story, though, Trammell going over 1,000 yards for the season as Clear Fork caps off their 2nd straight undefeated season. They're going to be playing at home next Saturday, 10-0 for the Colts. Undefeated MOAC champs again. Neither team in our final highlight had a shot at the playoffs, but in the Battle of Mansfield, you throw the records out the window, who cares? The Tigers completed exactly 0 passes in this game, Meffy. That's only 1 less, though, than Madison. So definitely aerial attacks didn't really matter in this one, especially when you got a guy like the Super Freak. Kid was playing like a stud. That's what he does. He's pretty good.
Always, every week, he comes to play in and out, both offensively and defensively. Madison just wasn't ready, I don't think anybody's ready for this type of speed. But like you said, Madison-Mansfield senior rivalry is a big one. No matter what the records are, how the teams are doing, the stands were packed, it was raining, but both teams have pride in their schools, and this game means a lot to both schools and both teams.
James Wagner did get the Rams on the board, 29-yard field goal there, but the senior high defense held the Rams to just 142 total yards, 85 of those collected by Miles Bond. The Tigers had Pre-Deuce carry the pill for over 100 yards in the game. They roll 42-3, winning the Battle of Mansfield on the road.